Hey guys, Fake Wojo here. I was doing a little bit more research last night, looking at the charts and trying to form a conclusion on what is going to happen. And if you were following parts 1 through 7, 1 through 8, you know that I've been seeing or looking at the mirrored action of the gap action we are seeing, the volume action we are seeing, and the stalling out of the price when it tried to go back towards the support of 18. We're seeing that again from back in July. We're seeing that again now, I believe. We're seeing a lot of gapping. Volume is tremendously low. We're at low volume, which means the trend, which is selling, is kind of drying up. It wants to dry up. And I removed the Bollinger Bands and put in parabolic SAR, which basically means stop and reverse. So if you're on a downtrend and you start to see these dots, that's an indicator, technical, that says, you know what, you better start to go long the stock because it's going to shoot up, and of course it does. So we're starting to see that Thursday and Friday. We're starting to see for the first time in a long time this indicator telling us, look, this thing is about to reverse itself. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. One is the MACD. We're seeing a tremendously oversold market. The volume again is very low. We're drying up. So again, those are all indicators that we're about to turn bullish up to 21, let's say. But if you were to look at a 10-year chart, and I have the Bollinger Bands in here, the MACD is telling us that we're overbought and we're about to make a big move lower. That coupled with, I started to see this pattern here. It's almost an Elliott wave. You could argue the fact that it might be an Elliott wave. The lower high is lower than the previous high. This lower high is lower than this high, and so on with even the lower lows. So you have this pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're starting to see that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 is a high that's lower than this high of 22. But look, after that happened, the bottom just fell out. And I'm really concerned that after we hit 21, as we saw in this graph, we hit 23 and a half, we hit 22, and then the lower high is going to be around 21. So if we make a move higher to 21, I'm trading paper. I'm long contracts, heavy contracts out to 2015 for silver for a bullish move to 21. But once we hit that, we have to make sure we don't come back down and get a lower low and then crash. It's the bottom's going to fall out. So all that to say, once we come back up, maybe Elliott wave style to 21, we're going to come back down to 18. And if we crash through 18, I truly believe we're headed down to about $9 an ounce. That's the only support that I'm seeing. This is basically a nice trend. This is trending up, but here is a crash down to a certain point where the sellers and buyers were like, you know what, we've had enough. This is the support level, and that's around $9. So let me know what you think. This is another thing that's a little bit scary. This is a 5-day chart, and this kind of pendant pattern shows this kind of a coiling effect. And after the snake coils, what does it do? It strikes. And that strike is going to be a trend. So we're seeing that coiling happening here. It's a pendant pattern. And usually after a pendant, a symmetrical pendant, it continues the move in the way of the trend, the previous trend. And that trend to me is down, and sure enough, and definitely down from here. So there's two things. One, these are the next things I'm looking for. The move up Elliott wave to 21, the high of 21. So if you want to trade this, put it at 2088, 2080, because you have to trade through your price to make your price. If you put something at 21, it might not hit, even though it might hit at 21. The ask might be 21, but the bid might be 2091 or 2095, and you'll never fill. So if we move up to 21, moves back down to 18, and the support, because of that pendant, because of this overbought technical, because of this mirroring of this historical mirroring of today's action, this past couple months action, um, it's going to go one of two ways. We're going to hit that 21 and we're going to crash through the 9, or we're going to hit 21 and we're going to start channeling sideways from 18 to 22. Let me know what you think. Leave comments, leave concerns, leave discussions. But that's the way I'm trading it. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.